Start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's that time of the day again. Time for another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday, the 15th day of January for 2025. Mike Will with Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports. A little friendly conversation this morning as we get you up, get you going. Going to be talking about the Nebraska basketball teams. They're back on the floor again tomorrow night. Some preseason recognition for a Nebraska softball freshman. Tell you about that coming up. Hastings College basketball teams will be on the floor tonight. Hastings College women's wrestler receiving some honors from the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Creighton was in action last night. The men's basketball team will tell you how they did. And plenty of high school basketball to tell you about this morning. In fact, all three of the Hastings schools were in action with the doubleheaders last night. So a busy night for high school basketball. We'll tell you how they did as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios this morning. Good morning.
And a good morning to you, Mike, as we wake up and get going. And, yeah, plenty of good top 25 basketball action. A couple of topsy-turvy matchups as Missouri with the upset over fifth-ranked Florida. Also saw the fourth-ranked team in the country, Alabama, go down last night to Ole Miss. So the SEC flexing their strength a little bit in the conference and some of those non-top 25 schools, showing that they can play with the big dogs, play with the big boys. And boy, Indiana looked awful last night at home at Assembly Hall. Heard chants for firing their head coach coming in from the student section and Hoosier fans alike. So not all is well in Hoosier land as Illinois rolls the Indiana Hoosiers last night. But yeah, overall some good basketball action. Marcus Metcalf's Kentucky Wildcats with the win. My Duke Blue Devils with the win. All happy here in the Western Front.
Wonderful. It sounds like a big night for college basketball too, huh?
It was last night. Yeah, plenty of top 25 wall to wall, really all night long. So yeah, if you were a hoops fan, last night was a good night for you.
All right, you're waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. I'd like to have you join us one way or the other. If you're listening to us, if you're watching us on social media, drop us a message on Facebook Live, maybe on Twitch, wherever you're watching us or listening to us at this morning. Better yet, give us a call. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. 402-834-1330. We'll take your calls, anything sports related or anything else on your mind today. Give us a jingle and we'll chat here this morning. Thanks for listening to us, whether you're on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, maybe on your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you are, you'll find Extreme Sports. So join us. A couple of notes we'll get to. For the first time in nearly 30 years, Iowa State's women's basketball team did not make a shot from beyond the arc yesterday. It ended the Cyclones' 945-game NCAA record streak for having at least one three-pointer in every single game. Iowa State still won the game last night over Texas Tech, 71-58 at the Hilton Coliseum in Ames, but they went 0 for 7 from long range. The streak of 945 games, the NCAA record, dates back to February 19th of 1995 at Colorado. That was the Cyclones' final season under head coach Teresa Becker when Iowa State was still in the Big 8 conference. That's a long streak there, 945 games in a row. The Iowa State women's basketball team had a three-pointer, and the streak came to an end last night in the victory over Texas Tech. So,
Dude, store that for like sports trivia when you're on a big game show, and it's like the $1 million question. Store that one because that'll be there. They say you learn something new every day. I learned something at 7:05. I learned that Iowa State previously had the longest streak for making a three-pointer in NCAA women's basketball. I had no idea that happened and had no idea that streak came to an end. So you're full of good nuggets of information here this morning.
Iowa State still won over Texas Tech last night, but 0 for 7. Hell, if I had a streak like that, I'd be throwing up more than 7 3-pointers.
Right?
I'm sure they knew they had the streak. I'd be throwing up more than 7 3-pointers. Something's got to go in. Anyway, yeah, there's some
Interesting.
some stuff there. Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany
Okay.
welcomed their third child this week.
Aww.
That's nice that they got it out of the way before the Chiefs play this weekend. It was a girl.
Okay.
Named her Golden Ray.
Golden Ray Mahomes.
Yeah. So now Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany have 3 kids: Golden Ray, Sterling, and Bronze.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't kid you. I wouldn't. I mean, we're out of the gates early with a
That's
lot of
gross.
important information here. The Iowa State streak comes to an end, and Patrick and Brittany Mahomes have their third child, Golden Ray,
Golden
to go
Ray.
along with Sterling and Bronze.
So they need silver and iron in there, right? You're going to pump out like 2 more kids?
Silver,
Silver and iron. Copper.
copper.
Copper would be a good name for a dog.
A lot of people do this with their kids.
Why?
I don't know. I know several people that do this with their kids.
Name them after precious metals?
Well, not metals, but just
A theme?
yeah, a theme. I know people that had cities like Aspen
Oh, sure.
and stuff like that.
Yep. Like Breck
Yeah.
for Breckenridge.
Yeah.
Aspen, Breckenridge.
So yeah, the Mahomeses, they have Golden Ray, Sterling, and Bronze now. Isn't that sweet?
That's such a precious family. Can't
So
wait
that-
to see the Christmas card come through. Do you suppose they dress them appropriately to the color as well?
Oh, I'm sure. I'll be waiting for my Christmas card from
Your
Patrick
Mahomes
and Brittany.
Christmas card. Speaking of the Chiefs, did you see the latest Super Bowl odds? They've come through, and the Buffalo Bills are no longer the favorite in the AFC. They have been swooped by Kansas City.
Yay! I told you.
Vegas moving in and readjusting the lines. You're not going to get a whole lot of value for it. If you pick a Detroit-Kansas City Super Bowl, which is currently the favorite, you're getting the Lions at plus 280. So that's not a whole lot of bang for the buck. You're getting the Chiefs at plus 350. Again, not a whole lot of value there. The Eagles are now second in the NFC at plus 400. The Ravens are now the second in the AFC at plus 450. Bills have moved all the way down to third despite a 31-7 great second half performance against Denver. No respect for Buffalo right now at plus 550.
Wow.
And then if you really kind of want the long shot play and the team that's kind of playing for something a little bigger than themselves, we talked a little bit about it yesterday with the LA Rams. You can go up to the casino right now, drive 20 minutes, and place a $100 bet on the LA Rams, who are at plus 1,800. And that would give you a pretty healthy payday.
To win a Super Bowl?
To win the Super Bowl, the LA Rams are at plus 1,800. A big gap between the 5th place team and the 6th place team right now in the Vegas odds boards.
Well, that might be worth a couple of bucks.
Just throw a little $10 flyer, see if it hits. If it's not, you're out $10. Oh big whoop. But if you hit on a plus 1,800
On the Rams?
$180.
On the
I'd be
Rams? All right, so it's the Chiefs and Detroit. The
Chiefs and the Lions are the current favorite in Vegas for the Super Bowl. Yes.
Imagine
I'll give you
that.
Credit where credit was due. Buffalo held on to that spot all the way up until last week.
Until they woke up. Until the odds makers woke up and said, you know what? This Kansas City team is pretty good too.
I think if you have 3 teams in the AFC that are under plus 600, you know that it's going to be pretty competitive. And I've said all season long that the AFC is the most competitive amongst the 2 divisions. And
no doubt.
I think everyone kind of is assuming that we're likely to see the Detroit-Philadelphia scenario based on what we've seen. But I look at the AFC, man, and I'm still saying that's a total crapshoot. I wasn't fully convinced that Denver was a great matchup for Buffalo because Denver was playing some pretty hot football coming into that contest, and they showed it in the first half, and then Buffalo kind of went into takeover mode, and Josh Allen flexed and did his thing. But I don't understand the disrespect for Buffalo. I thought they looked like a pretty damn good football team in that second half.
They got to play Baltimore this week.
Sure. Bring them on.
And then maybe Kansas City, if the Chiefs can get by Houston.
Do you suppose that this matchup between Buffalo and Baltimore hypothetically will settle the NFL MVP race? Everyone's been saying Lamar or Josh Allen. Do you think the winner gets it?
So if Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl, is the MVP decided before the Super Bowl?
He didn't have an MVP season.
I know he didn't.
He didn't.
I was just going to throw it out there.
I mean, he goes to the Super Bowl, wins another one.
So be it.
So be it. But he did not have an MVP caliber season. I still say you add Saquon Barkley to the mix.
Oh, I agree with that.
If Saquon goes and runs Philadelphia into the NFC Championship or a Super Bowl, Saquon's over here like raising his hand saying, "What about me?"
I'd vote for him.
Talk about Lamar and Josh Allen.
I'd vote for him.
I think he had a hell of a year. Again, you in all likelihood would have got the record had he played.
Yeah, they sat him out the last week of the season. He was only like 100 yards shy of breaking the rushing record.
I mean, meanwhile, Josh Allen is setting longtime Buffalo Bills records that had been established in the Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed era, which is nothing small of a task either. I'd
vote for Saquon.
I think it's between Josh Allen and Saquon, personally.
Yeah, I could do that.
All this talk between Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen and Saquon had the best seasons, in my opinion.
Now watch this weekend. Lamar will light him up.
Probably.
Just because you said that.
Probably.
Lamar
because I'm
says.
a Bills fan, and I have just a smidge of hope.
Yeah.
He'll crush it.
Lamar will light him up this weekend. Then he'll throw that in your face Monday morning on this show.
So be it. You know, I might even play Baltimore in the Blazing Five.
That's right. We got to do that this week, don't we?
We got to do that Friday.
Blazing 5 on Friday at 7:30. That means we got to pick all 4 NFL football games and then the national championship game on Monday.
All games.
There's one person on this show that is red hot with our Blazing 5. He is 8-2 the last 2 weeks.
Who's been feeding you picks? Where are you getting your intel? Do you listen to VSED afterwards for an additional hour?
Well, like you said,
gain some intel.
With just a small amount of games, you can really focus in.
You got to laser focus.
So anyway, there's one person on this show that is 8-2 in his last 2 weeks of the Blazing 5, and he's excited about this week again.
I'm kind of hoping that. By the way, the national championship line, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Ohio State 8-point favorites.
They started off like 9.5.
8-point favorites against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has slowly kind of reeled in that line.
Oh, you knew it was going to get tighter.
It'll get close to 7 by kickoff. I think it's a touchdown game by kickoff from the odds makers, because that's a lot of money that would go on Notre Dame if they are over an 8 or a 7-point dog. I think anything over 7.5, you got to go Notre Dame. If it's under 7, I'd consider Ohio State.
You were all over Notre Dame last week.
I'm probably going to be all over them again this week.
Only because you're going to cheer for them.
Only because
you're betting with your heart.
That's okay.
And not your mind.
That's okay. It's listen, if I'm going to be crushed, I'm going to be crushed with money and my soul. If we're going to have a good football weekend, we're going to have a great football weekend because that football weekend is not only going to make me happy because my favorite teams won, but I'm also going to get a little rich in the process.
God, that's Monday.
I'm not going to go against me morals and bet Ohio State. I can't do it. I will never throw money at them.
You could have a bad weekend coming up.
Could have a horrible weekend.
Yeah, you got Buffalo. Buffalo against Baltimore.
Yep.
Then you've got the Irish against Ohio State on Monday.
And you know I'm going to have a hard time betting KC.
Yeah, you won't bet Kansas City. So you're going to be out on the ledge.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to have to reel you in for the show on Tuesday. Don't jump, Tyson. We need you.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We need you to talk sports for a couple minutes. Don't do it.
You're out on the ledge Tuesday morning.
What else needs to happen? Dion needs to find a job because I'm sick and tired of hearing what does Dion do.
You know what I just read earlier this morning? Mm-hmm. Pete Carroll. We've been talking about where he's going to land.
Okay.
Now, some people are saying that Pete Carroll can end up at Dallas if Dion turns down a job or takes the Raiders job.
Do you think it's between Vegas and Dallas for Dion?
Oh, yeah.
But we're pretty assured that Colorado's out of the picture.
Oh, he might stay.
That would
God,
be a
look
swerve,
at all the money he's got out there.
That would be a swerve.
He signed like a $26 million contract to coach Colorado, and he's 2 years in.
Yeah.
The buyout, I think I read the buyout was it $10 million?
Okay.
$10 million or $15 million, one of the two. The buyout if the Cowboys want Dion. Plus, they'd have to sign him to a contract, so
Right.
Cowboys would be out some cash.
Which is no problem for Jerry Jones.
I know, but he's not a guy that really unleashes his pocketbook to sign coaches like that.
I just don't think you fire Mike McCarthy to get Pete Carroll. I don't think you go.
You don't think like Jerry Jones, though.
I don't think you go growth backwards. Like, that to me would be a step back.
Those are the only names I've been seeing so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the two names right
Is
now
it
that make
Dion
the
and
most sense.
I saw Pete Carroll this morning. Those are the only two guys I've got linked to that job. Dion's also linked to the Vegas job.
No,
And I haven't seen anything else. The coaching merry-go-round is a little quiet here early in the week, which means there's a lot going on. Yeah, it means there's a lot going on if we haven't heard anything.
Which means at 8:05 we'll have breaking news because
we
that's
could.
the way it always works. Right after we wrap up the show, there's
Oh, they don't want to release it during this show.
Yeah.
God.
God forbid we have breaking news to talk about.
Oh, God. Well,
What does Dion do? That's been the big story. Open up any sports channel, open up any sports app. All it is prime this, prime that, prime this, prime that. Just make your decision already.
if he takes the job, that's all we're going to hear for a couple of years anyway.
Oh God, it's going to be toxic.
So anyway, that's what's going on. That's the only breaking news I had today was the Iowa State story and the Patrick and Brittany Mahomes story with their third kid, Golden Ray.
Golden Ray. Next Copper.
That's sweet. Think she'll have another baby?
There's a lot of essential metals still to go, so
That's 3 kids.
you haven't even scratched the surface on getting into some of these names.
There's probably a prop bet out in Vegas if she has another kid. Bet she does.
Would you go Crystal? Copper?
I'd say Copper would be the next one.
Copper would be the next
Copper
logical one.
Mahomes. Copper Mahomes. God, what we get into discussion on this show. Why are we talking about it? Why did I even bring that up?
Because you brought it up.
Baby
Yes.
news. Why are we talking about baby news on this show?
Because
This
it's Patrick Mahomes and you're a Chiefs fan.
is a sports show.
Yeah, well,
It's
not
also
experts on anything.
it's also a news and information show too. So that's why I threw it
Hell,
in there.
we've thrown in and we've got into the cultural relevance of Bill Belichick's
Girlfriend
girlfriend thing.
talked about him.
Yeah, we can get into culture.
All right, everything's cool.
Copper.
All right, 7:20. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, if you'd like to join us, drop us a message on Facebook or wherever you're watching us. Lots of people in the lobby this morning. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to join us on the phone, you can. 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. Time for a news update.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Local news this hour brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where since 1946, Hastings Federal Credit Union has been a part of the Hastings community, and it's a community that is at the heart of everything they do. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining, well, it's as simple as opening a primary savings account. With a convenient drive-up 24-hour ATM and a friendly staff that knows you by name, why would you go anywhere else? Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online, hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We'll start off with news at the state capitol, where Governor Jim Pillen announced that flags at the state capitol and all other state buildings will be raised to full staff on Monday for the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. Flags will fly at full staff from sunrise till sunset on Inauguration Day. The following morning, returning to half staff to resume the honor of former President Jimmy Carter. Flags are to remain at half staff in remembrance of the former president through January 28th. Speaking on President-elect Trump, Senator Pete Ricketts said he will try his best to help garner support to pass Trump's nominees for his cabinet. The Republican senator, now in his first full term in the Senate, will sit on 4 committees this year, including the Committee on Banking, House and Urban Affairs, the Committee on Environment and Public Works, and the Committee on Foreign Relations, and the Committee on the Budget. Ricketts said his work on the committees will build on President-elect Donald Trump's agenda when the former president heads back to the White House next week. Ricketts also vows to work on more corporate tax cuts and a 5-year farm bill with, quote, Nebraska priorities, end quote. A proposal to ban the manufacture and sale of lab-grown meat in Nebraska was introduced in the legislature yesterday by Senator Barry DeKay. Governor Jim Pillen held yet another press conference on this bill, saying, quote, Senator DeKay is introducing legislation on the topic at my request that will ban Petri dish meat, or as I call it, bioreactor meat, from being made or sold or distributed in Nebraska. He goes on to say, it's really simple. If somebody wants to eat the stuff, they're welcome to it. They're just not going to find it in Nebraska grocery stores. They can get it through Amazon or wherever they want, end quote. California Clay, a powerhouse exhibition of contemporary Crumaic masters, including pieces by Peter Volkos, John Kaneko, Viola Frey, and Robert Arneson, are on display in the West Gallery of the Hastings College Jackson Dinsdale Art Center this through March 28th. California Clay features more than 25 significant works selected from the Karen and Robert Duncan and Catherine and Mark LeBaron collections. The JDAC galleries at 700 East 12th Street are open from 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 12 to 3 on Saturdays. The galleries are free and open to the public. So a new exhibit over at the Jackson Dinsdale Art Center at Hastings College. Coming up on 7:24, let's swing it back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's happening in sports?
Well, the Nebraska basketball teams will be in action tomorrow. The men will play host to Rutgers at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Huskers are 12-4 in the season, 2-3 in the conference, after Sunday's 104-68 loss to Purdue. Tip-off will be at 8 o'clock on FS1. The women will play at Iowa tomorrow night. The Huskers are 13-4. They're 4-2 in the conference after Sunday's 69-62 win at Rutgers. Tip-off will be at 6 on BTN. Nebraska softball freshman Nessa McMillan has been named the freshman to watch by Softball America. McMillan was a 4-time All-State and All-Conference selection in high school. She hit above 400 in each of her seasons, including an impressive .538 batting average as a senior. She also notched a school record 63 runs scored last year to go along with 59 RBIs, 57 hits, and 13 home runs. Hastings College basketball teams will play host to Doane tonight at Lynn Farrell Arena. The Bronco men are 1-16 on the season. They've lost 15 games in a row. They're 0-10 in the conference after Saturday's 77-64 loss to Dakota Wesleyan. The women are 12-5. They're 7-4 in the conference after their 79-70 win over the Tigers. Women's game will be at 6. Men will follow at 7:45. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports tonight, beginning with the pregame show at 5:45. Reagan Galloway of Hastings College has been named the Women's Wrestler of the Week in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. She went 4-0 in the national duels last weekend in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, including a couple of wins over ranked opponents. The Creighton men's basketball team beat Providence 84-64 last night at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Jays are now 11-6. They're 4-2 in the Big East Conference. Boys high school basketball from last night. Aurora beat Hastings High 53-45. Cannon Allen had 20 points for the Huskies. Parker Ablett had 19 for the Tigers. Eli Schneider pitched in with 17. Aurora is now 9-2. The Tigers fall to 7-6. In some other games, Adams Central lost to Holdridge 74-54. The Patriots are now 7-4. St. Cecilia lost to Northwest 76-34. The Hawks are now 0-12. In girls basketball from last night, Aurora beat Hastings High 48-45. Haley Hoff had 13 points for the Huskies. Mackenzie Nolette had 16 points for the Tigers. Aurora is now 6-5. The Tigers fall to 4-9. Other action, Northwest got by St. Cecilia 30-27. The Hawkettes are now 6-6. Adams Central beat Holdridge last night in girls play 49-43. The Patriots are now 6-4. That's a check on your sports headlines this morning. It's now 7:27 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Enjoy this mild weather as we close out this work and school week and head into the weekend because colder weather is on the way. Hey everybody, Tim Jones here. 42 is the high today. We'll have more sunshine in the afternoon. It'll be breezy, southerly winds 5 to 10, some gusts into the 20s. As we go to overnight tonight, we'll have mostly clear skies, a high of 26. Plenty of sunshine on Thursday and Friday, a high of 46 on Thursday. 44 is the high of Friday with plenty of sunshine, and then teens and 20s in the weekend.
As you wake up, get going this morning. South winds at 7 miles per hour. Partly cloudy. It is 17 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
Good morning and welcome to Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday, 7:31 now. So you wake up with Mike and Tyson here this morning for the 15th day of January. Got to Lance Creech coming up in just a few minutes. Talked with him last night following the Hastings High Tigers loss to Aurora in girls high school play last night. Tight ball game, good ball game, 48-45 the final last night as Aurora knocks off Hastings High in girls play. We'll talk to the coach here in just a little bit. A couple other scores we might pass along we didn't get to during sports. Boys basketball from last night. Donovan Trumbull beat Centura last night 60-36. Grand Island Central Catholic winners over York 66-51. Kennesaw blasted Giltner last night, 64-20, and Sutton beat Wood River, 64-54. Some other games in girls basketball: Blue Hill over Gibbon, 54-27. Centura defeated Donovan Trumbull, 36-25. York knocked off Grand Island Central Catholic, 62-34. Kennesaw ran past Giltner, 44-14. Minden beat Ravenna in girls play last night, 60-24. Kearney Catholic over Sumner Eddyville Miller, 51-26. And Sutton came up winners in girls basketball over Wood River by a score of 55-36. So gets you up to date on a busy night for high school hoops last night.
Damn, good defensive effort for the Kennesaw Blue Devil girls. Holding Giltner to 14 points, I think you said.
Yeah, 14.
Good defensive effort there for Kennesaw. So,
or lack of offense, one of the two.
Could be one of the two.
Yeah,
could be.
You never know. Great defensive performance, girls, or not a very good offensive performance for the opposition. Yeah, you can tell.
So Hastings College men need a win.
Yeah, we played Doane tonight.
Need a win.
That's an understatement of the year. We've been close the last couple of games. The Bronco men have. Mm-hmm. We were on the road on Saturday at Dakota Wesleyan. Was in the game for a long time. In fact, Hastings had a 10-point lead in the first half with 6 minutes to go. And then we give up like a 24-5 run by the Tigers to end the first half. Hastings fell behind, clawed our way back in the second half against the Tigers, and eventually lost. Dakota Wesleyan hitting some mop-up stuff for a 13-point victory over Hastings. But, yeah, we need to win. Broncos have lost like 15 games in a row.
Can we get it at home tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
And the women, we upset Dakota Wesleyan. They were the 17th ranked team of the nation. We knocked off the Tigers 79-70. We outplayed Dakota Wesleyan. That score maybe is a little tighter than really the game was. Hastings did a great job, 79-70 over the Tigers on Saturday. So we played Doane. Doane is one of those games, just throw the record books out. So why not get our first conference win of the season tonight for the men against Doane?
Pack the place. I mean, they need support, and they need the community to come and pack Lynn Farrell Arena tonight and be loud. It's Hastings College Doane, so what other reason do you have to head out and watch some good old GPAC rivalry basketball? But yeah, we got to get behind these guys.
6 o'clock for the women's game.
Support, so
6 o'clock for the women, 7:45 for the guys.
Women coming in with some momentum, picking up a big top 25 win, and I think Hastings College just getting that monkey off the back, and then who knows, right? Once you get that one secured and you stop focusing and fixating on it, then you can really start to hone in and focus in on the rest of the season. So, but got to get over that hump. Got to get over the itch. Got to be able to find a way to knock off the Tigers tonight. I'm with you. I think it happens tonight.
Doane tonight, then Morningside on Saturday. Then we get to go to Waldorf a week from Saturday.
Say that like it's a reward.
It's not. It's not. You ever been to Forest City, Iowa?
I have not, but I've heard stories.
I had not been there until we went up there for football. I wish I wasn't going back to Forest City, Iowa, but you got to do it.
It's still better than going to Jamestown, North Dakota.
Not much better.
I know, but still.
It's only about a 3-hour, much better trip. It's a long way up there.
Listen, you save 3 hours. That's a long time in my book for
if you're driving 7, hell, you might as well drive 10. Well, you would. You're already in a car for 7 hours.
10 is too much.
Take a break.
10 is
Take a
too
break
much.
and then drive the other 3 hours.
8 is my limit. 8's my limit for like 1 day, 24-hour car sitting.
Really?
Yeah, I don't travel well.
So you need like an overnighter?
Oh yeah.
You like half of the trip and then get up the next day and drive the other half?
There was times where I was like, let's find a spot in Ogallala when we were making our Western road trips that you do.
Yeah.
When you got to go out to Scottsbluff, Alliance, Gehring, all those Western schools when you're covering Class B action. There was times where we were coming back and I hit my travel limit. And I'm like, hey, can we just find a hotel in Ogallala somewhere? Because
then drive the rest of the way the next day?
Yeah, because I'm done. I'm done being on the road.
We're not going to drive up there the entire way on Saturday, but you know what we do? We drive within like 15 miles of Forest City, Iowa.
Okay.
And then we pull over 15 miles from Forest City. We pull over in Mason City, and we spend the night Friday night in Mason City.
There you go.
Not halfway.
No.
Not halfway.
Damn
it's
near
like
all the way.
It's like 9/10 of the way up there, and we pull over.
Better hotel options in Mason City?
Where else are you going to stay?
Is there no hotels in Forest City?
Yeah.
Is there?
I like Mason City better.
Is there
more options?
Wing place?
Yep, absolutely. It's not
damn chicken wings.
Well, it's not Hooters, but they do have chicken wings.
Was this the place where you got your nuggets?
Let's see.
That didn't do wings right?
I think you're right. I think I had. Just give me some damn chicken wings, will you? That's what I'm going to tell the waitress.
This is where the conversation started.
Yeah. We had nuggets instead of wings at this joint. And it's the only place in town that I think serves them. So I'll just walk in. Just give me some damn chicken wings, will you?
Just get the shirt. Get the shirt ready. Give me some damn wings. I'm going to get a shirt done that says run the damn ball. You should get one that says give me some damn wings. We should wear them someday.
Someplace that just serves nuggets.
Calling the Extreme Sports
Nugget
gear,
wagon.
The gear.
Chicken wagon.
Our merch. We need more stuff in the merch table anyway.
Yeah.
We should get some run the damn ball and give me some damn wings in support of Huddle Up with like hashtag Huddle Up on the bottom. I think I just made some shirts.
I could get my guy that does our does our work like that.
Get him on the horn. Facebook comments coming in. We got one in regards to not attending the Lynn Farrell Arena tonight, and that's Ryan Martin, who says the reason not to go to HC basketball, he's going to be in his man cave. He's going to be in his Jayhawks throne as they're looking to watch the Jayhawks upset Iowa State in the Hilton Magic Coliseum.
Would that be an upset?
Jayhawks would upset Iowa State.
I don't know if that would be an upset.
I think it would be. I think Iowa State's higher ranked.
I
Iowa
know,
State's having a hell of a year.
Yeah, but Kansas is ranked in the top 10, too.
Yeah, Iowa State's number 2 in the nation. Iowa State 14-1, second-ranked team in the nation. Kansas at 12-3, coming in at number 9. That game is on ESPN2, 6 p.m. That's actually good watching.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be an upset because it's going to be at Iowa State.
It's at Iowa State, and Iowa State's the second-ranked team in the country. So it would be an upset. Then followed that by Georgia-Tennessee. Big battle in the SEC. Tennessee. And so, yeah, you got good top 10 college basketball tonight. Iowa State, Kansas, that's a big game. And then Eric Williams chiming in. He agrees with me, the Jamestown trip. And then he's got this all bold, all caps, sucks. With like 9 exclamation points. He is not a fan of the 10-hour road trips.
Yeah, he's been up there a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Jamestown trip.
Yeah, we don't get to go there anymore.
Forest City.
Forest
There you
City. Yeah, but he hasn't been to Forest City yet. Wait till he's got to go up there. He might change his mind.
We'll compare, contrast.
Facilities-wise, I'd rather go to Jamestown.
Yeah. You told me about your football dwelling.
I've heard rumors about the basketball arena.
We were taking over at Adams Central for you that weekend that you had to go up to Jamestown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did my Friday night game.
You sent me a picture of your press box and your facilities, and I sent you back where we were at Adams Central, and Adams Central looked a hell of a lot better.
Oh, it was.
Than Jamestown.
It was a hell of a lot
High school
better.
stadium, a Class C1 high school team has better facilities than a college in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. That's sad.
I've heard some vicious rumors about the basketball arena, like I've got to climb up this ladder.
Wait, oh my.
To get to a perch where you sit. They said once you get up there, it's okay. I said, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean once you get up there, it's okay? I was just talking to the other radio guys that have been up there.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, you got to climb up this ladder with all of your gear, all of your equipment. You know how much I travel with.
Yep.
I got a spare for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to climb up this ladder to get up to the perch where we watch the game. I said, are you kidding me?
A perch?
A little perch. I'm visualizing this like that little perch in the old St. Cecilia gym, the gymtorium. The little thing up there in the corner. Mm-hmm. The little crow's nest thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm visualizing for next Saturday.
I'm visualizing you like in an old high school gym where they go and put the spotlight for the theater.
For the plays and.
Yep, that's what I'm envisioning.
And I got to move the spotlight aside to get room.
It's going to be like right next to you. Yep, you're going to be sharing a seat with the spotlight. E says he's not so worried about Forest City, Iowa, because they're 2-day in it. They've got Dort one day and then Waldorf the next.
Oh, wuss.
So they're swinging the 2-day trip.
Yeah, they
knocking it out.
Yeah, they knock out the first game and then they drive the rest of the way up there. We used to do that.
I said I thought about doing a couple of road games with Hastings College softball. Probably won't be doing the Iowa trip.
Yeah, do that one.
Probably not. You just want me to go to Forest City to see the sights myself.
I don't know how their baseball and softball fields and facilities are.
It does. To me, it doesn't matter.
I didn't see them when I was at the football game.
I actually love rolling up with a picnic table and sitting up right behind home plate. Because then I can be in the umpire's ear hole the entire game.
Oh, God.
And it's great.
Don't be getting on the guys in blue.
Couple times they'll turn around, they'll look back at me, and I'm just smiling. Like, fooled me, Houdini.
That's next week.
Yep.
That's next week's agenda. Anyway, We had basketball last night. Hastings High girls, they lost to Aurora last night up at the Aurora Sports Complex. Final score of 48-45. Had a chance to meet up with Hastings High head coach Lance Creech.
Coach, an exciting one for you tonight. 3-point loss to the Huskies in the girls' ball game. Your feelings on the game?
Well, I thought we played well. I thought we did some good things, I should say. I don't know if we played 32 minutes of greatness by any stretch. The first half, I was a little bit disappointed. We had 15 turnovers is what Jamie had us for at the halftime. And, we weren't rebounding the ball very well. And I just didn't like our focus in that first half. But I thought, in the second half, we came out and we did some good things and, had an opportunity. I had a chance to win, and I thought Ella, played very well. I thought Kinsey attacked the rim very well. I saw Sophia was really good defensively, especially. She attacked the rim and got us some easy opportunities too. So, we're still searching a little bit, but things are starting to look like we want it to look. We got another one Friday, so we don't have a long time to hang our head here. We got to get back on the horse.
Mackenzie Nolette is doing a great job getting the ball to the rim. She ended up with 16 points in the game. She has an act to get the ball there for you guys.
Yeah, we're just trying to get her. She's our best athlete with the ball. There's no doubt, and she's got a knack to score it. Early in the season, the things we were doing and trying to run and trying to be too fancy, maybe. Heck, I don't know what the right word would be, but we finally just said, at some point we just got to give her the ball and get out of the way, kind of thing, and free her up in some opportunities where she can use her athleticism and her ability to finish at the rim and get to the free throw line. So I thought she did a really good job. I was very pleased with her.
Ella Chinsman ends up with 11 points in the ball game. We kind of forget she's only a freshman, Coach, but
yes.
She's coming along. Past couple of weeks, you've seen a lot of improvement out of her.
And you're 100% right. She's going to be a really good player for us, down the road. She keeps, growing into her game, and we saw the other night at Adams Central, she can step out and shoot it, and she's getting more comfortable at the rim, and she's still got a long way to go, but she's so coachable and just a great kid and competitive and all those things that you want in any kind of a player. So I was very proud of how Ella played tonight.
You fell behind by 10 late in the third quarter. Coach fell behind by 10. Came back in the fourth quarter and had it down to a couple of points. Talk about the fourth quarter. What did you do in that final period?
Well, we had to bring some pressure at some point. Probably should have done it a little bit sooner, but our bench is a little bit short right now. We've got we got some girls that are just kind of banged up, so we're trying to patch together some minutes with our bench play, and we've got a couple girls that are sitting right now with some injury. So we were trying to just hold off as long as we could without bringing pressure, but that 10-point deficit, that we didn't have much of a choice. It could have gone to 15 or 20 in a hurry. So I thought the girls did a really good job of responding and bringing some pressure and speeding up the tempo, just creating a few more possessions. And, we had to have some possessions to score at that point. So, again, very proud of how the girls responded in that situation, because we haven't had that opportunity to get out pressure and try to turn some people over in a while.
Aurora decided to pressure you guys the entire ball game. Were you happy with the way the girls handled the pressure? Like you talked about the turnovers, a lot of those were backcourt turnovers. Were you happy with what you got done tonight?
By and large, yeah, because we threw so much at them. Every time out we were changing something. Who's taking the ball out? We started with Hayden taking it out, then we had Ella take it out after halftime, and then at the end of the game we had Kinsey take it out, get it right back to her, and so I thought the girls really did a nice job of just responding, and that's where we're getting better, Mike. I really feel like just with our in the film room, girls are asking the right questions, and I think the things that we're trying to get done just fundamentally, they're starting to click, and the language is starting to get learned, I guess.
You got McCook coming up on Friday night. Another good basketball team you'll face on Friday.
Yeah, they're going to be a similar situation as the last, 3 out of the last 4, Adams Central, Aurora. They're kind of right in that caliber. They got some skilled players. They got good guard play. I think we would have an advantage on the inside. But at the same time, we got to be able to get the the ball inside. A lot of times good guard play can stymie that a little bit. So, we got a couple days of preparation here, but we got to get some kids healed up a little bit too along the way.
That's Hastings High girls basketball coach Lance Creech following their loss last night to the Aurora Huskies 48-45. And again, the Tigers will have a home game coming up on Friday night against McCook. Thanks to the Aurora band for joining us this morning, too.
They sound great, by the way.
It's one of the loudest bands I've ever heard.
I can't fathom this. It blows my mind. Because we watched her on the softball diamond this season, and it felt like we were watching an upperclassman, a senior, dominate. Ella Tinsman's just a freshman.
Yeah.
Ella Tinsman, the ace for the Tigers softball team, and undoubtedly one of their better basketball players, just a freshman.
That's what I was telling Lance.
I have trouble remembering that and comprehending that because she plays so like an upperclassman, whether it's hoops or whether it's softball. There's 3 more years of that, so watch out.
Yeah, you forget that when the game is going on.
You do.
So, yeah, that's why you brought that up with the coach last night. Yeah. Anyway, Tigers dropped one last night to the Huskies. They're back at it again on Friday against McCook. So, good to have Lance joining us here today, in addition to the Aurora Marching Band.
In addition to the Aurora Marching Band. Gonna make you a little hungry here this morning. We've got special day calendar.
Oh, yeah.
And go celebrate today. I might celebrate at Mickey D's after the show wraps up. It's bagel day today. And if you know me, my favorite breakfast item they have is the steak, egg, and cheese bagel.
I'm not a bagel guy.
Yeah. You should try the steak, egg, and cheese bagel at McDonald's. You might change your mind. It's pretty damn addictive. And it's currently the pinnacle on my breakfast list. So bagel day today. Celebrate however you choose. It's also strawberry ice cream day today.
Wow.
So you get dessert after your bagel, and you can just complete the day cycle. And one of my favorite holidays that I celebrate every day, 365 days a year, it's hat day today. So toss on a ball cap.
Yeah, I don't usually see you without a cap on.
It's non-existent.
It's either the ball cap or that goofy-looking flat hat that you wear.
Mm-hmm.
What's that thing called? Your flat hat.
It's a hat.
I know it's a hat, but what's it called? The flat hat.
The flat hat.
No, they call it something.
They've got a name for it. It's my fancy hat. It's like when I go out in public and I'm not doing ball games. If I'm not at a ballpark. So if I'm at a ballpark.
You wear a cap.
Wear a ball cap. If I'm anywhere else, I wear the flat cap.
Yeah, they call that flat cap something.
It's got a name. It's got a name. I don't remember what it was called. I'm not that fancy. I just know that it fits me well. But I like it because I have glasses, right?
Yeah.
And because I have glasses, the bill of the ball cap presses down on the glasses. And eventually, it gets to the point where you get, marks on your nose and on the side of your face because the cap presses down on it. The flat cap doesn't do that. So you can wear your glasses with ease and still protect the shininess of your head. You will never see me without a cap.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen you.
It doesn't exist.
Never? You don't sleep with a ball cap on, do you?
I don't. So yeah, you would have to come after 10:30 if you wanted to see me without a cap. That's the only time it exists.
IT guy is checking in. He says it's a scally cap.
Scully cap.
Scully cap. Did he miss?
Cap. Lots of names.
Longshore cap.
Scully
cap. Or a scally cap. IT guy might.
There's a website that's got a bunch of them. I think it's something scally. So yeah, he's right.
All right.
I always call it my Peaky Blinders hat. That's my better name for it.
So nothing else on the calendar other than bagels and
strawberry ice cream, and hats.
Wow.
All three things I can pronounce.
Not a very interesting day, is it?
Unless you're a fan of bagels, in which case you're having a hell of a feast day today.
Oh God. It's a 7:54. Time for another news update here with Mike and Tyson on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
News this hour brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Committed to providing the highest level of quality services, the Hastings Federal Credit Union provides those banking services to all those living or working in Adams, Clay, Webster, Nuckolls, Thayer, and Fillmore counties. And with affordable loan rates, mobile banking, and a friendly staff that treats you like family, why would you go anywhere else? That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online at hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We'll start off this morning with news from the state capitol, where Governor Jim Pillen has announced that flags at the state capitol and all other state buildings will be raised to full staff coming up on Monday for the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. Flags will fly at full staff from sunrise until sunset on Inauguration Day, and then return to half staff to resume the honor to former President Jimmy Carter. Flags are to remain at half staff in remembrance of the former president through March 28th. Staying in Washington, Senator Pete Ricketts said he will help garner support to pass Trump's nominees for his cabinet. The Republican senator, now in his first full term in the Senate, will sit on 4 committees this year, and saying that he will work on the committees to build on President-elect Donald Trump's agenda when the former president heads back to the White House next week. Ricketts also vows to work on more corporate tax cuts and a 5-year farm bill with, quote, Nebraska priorities, end quote. A proposal to ban the manufacture and sale of lab-grown meat in Nebraska was introduced in the legislature yesterday, this by Senator Barry DeKay. Governor Jim Pillen held another press conference saying Senator DeKay is introducing legislation on the topic at my request that will ban Petri dish meat, or as I call it, bioreactor meat, from being made or sold or distributed in Nebraska. He goes on to say, it's really quite simple. If somebody wants to eat the stuff, they're welcome to it. They're just not going to find it in Nebraska grocery stores. They can get it through Amazon or however they want, end quote. And a new exhibit at the Jackson Dinsdale Art Center at Hastings College, California Clay, a contemporary cremaic master exhibit, will be on display from March 15th, which is today, January 15th, which is today, through March 28th. California Clay featuring more than 25 significant works selected from Karen and Robert Duncan and Catherine and Mark LeBaron's collections. As a reminder, JDAC is open from 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. during the weekdays and 12 to 3 on Saturday. Coming up on 7:58, we'll swing it back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's happening in sports?
And in boys high school basketball from last night, Aurora beat Hastings High 53-45. Cannon Allen had 20 points for the Huskies. Parker Ablett had 19 for the Tigers. Eli Schneider pitched in with 17 points. Aurora now 9-2. The Tigers 7-6. Other games, Adams Central lost to Holdridge 74-54. The Patriots are now 7-4. St. Cecilia lost to Northwest 76-34. The Hawks are now 0-12. Girls basketball, Aurora beat Hastings High 48-45. Haley Hoff had 13 points for the Huskies. Mackenzie Nolette, 16 points for the Tigers. Aurora now 6-5. The Tigers fall to 4-9. Other action, Northwest got by St. Cecilia 30-27. Hawkettes are now 6-6. Adams Central beat Holdridge 49-43. The Patriots are now 6-4. Creighton men's basketball team beat Providence last night 84-64. Jays are now 11-6 on the season, 4-2 in the Big East. And Reagan Galloway of Hastings College has been named the Women's Wrestler of the Week in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. She went 4-0 in the national duels last weekend in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, including 2 wins over ranked opponents. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:58.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Enjoy this mild weather as we close out this work and school week and head into the weekend, because colder weather is on the way. Hey everybody, Tim Jones here. 42 is the high today. We'll have more sunshine in the afternoon. It'll be breezy, southerly winds 5 to 10, some gusts into the 20s. As we go to overnight tonight, we'll have mostly clear skies, a high of 26. Plenty of sunshine on Thursday and Friday, a high of 46 on Thursday. 44 is the high Friday with plenty of sunshine, and then teens and 20s in the weekend.
South winds at 7 miles per hour, partly cloudy, 17 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Conant Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Conant Auto Care is here for you.
Mike Will, Tyson Evronic with you, huddle up here on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. Why didn't you tell me I had my overhead light on?
Why didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, somebody
didn't
just
notice it.
No, somebody just texted me and say, "Why didn't you shut off your overhead light?"
I didn't notice that you had it on.
Well, it puts a glare on our cameras, evidently.
Huh.
So I went
on the YouTube page.
I went through 60 minutes and I just shut my overhead light off. Huh. Evidently, it bothers some people that I had my light on.
Really?
Anyway, I'll have a college basketball tonight. Hastings College in Doane from Lynn Pearl Arena. 5:45 for the pregame show tonight. 6 o'clock for the women's game. 7:45 for the guys. We'll have the action here tonight on Extreme Sports. We kind of touched on college basketball for the Tube. If you're going to become a couch potato tonight.
6 o'clock. Kansas, Iowa State, ESPN2. Iowa State currently a 6-point favorite in that matchup against the Jayhawks. Good opportunity to throw some cash at KU. Then a top 25 battle in Knoxville, Georgia, and Tennessee. They're clashing at 7 p.m. Tennessee currently coming in as an 11-point favorite in that matchup. This afternoon, if you're into watching a little footy across the pond in England, Peacock has got Newcastle United versus Wolves. Wolves is horrible. They're actually 4-4-12 on the season, so should be a pretty good win for the Magpies today.
4-4-12?
4-4-12. That's 4 wins, 4 ties, and 12 losses.
Wow.
That's getting yourself sacked, as they say, across the pond.
So you got soccer this afternoon?
It's soccer this afternoon as the Premier League continues to take shape.
All right.
Chase towards the top of the table.
That's all I kind of know for today. I've spilled all my knowledge on this show.
Yeah, there was a lot of knowledge that came in early out of the gate.
Oh yeah, we were right out of the gate with the Iowa State thing.
Yeah,
the Iowa State thing and Patrick Mahomes' new daughter, Golden Ray.
Golden Ray.
To go along with their other daughters, who were they? This is a test. If you were listening.
Hold on. There was bronze.
Yep.
But it wasn't silver. It had to do with silver, though.
Kinda.
Shoot. I'm going to say I don't care that much about the Mahomes family.
Sterling.
Sterling, right. Think Sterling Sharp.
Sterling, bronze, and Golden Ray.
There you go.
There you go. That's some very useful information you can use
that
today.
At the water cooler today.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Water cooler. You're up with your cohorts at the water cooler. Hey, did you hear about Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany?
They're going to look at you with the most dumbfounded, stupid face look.
Yeah, all right. Well, enjoy your day. We'll get together again tomorrow morning at 7 here on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up